As promised, this is me, Roy Mezzanine, playing The Sims 4. I keep to my promises, unlike some people, politicians, plumbers, pheasant owners. Do you remember when Donald Trump said he was going to drain the swamp? I do, but I can't remember what swamp he was on about. As far as I know, he hasn't yet attempted a small pond, or even raked the leaves out of an uncovered swimming pool. Anyway, I'm keeping my promises. There is a slight problem, though. I can't find my house. I thought it was supposed to be here. I presume he's on his phone now, him meaning me, looking for a number to ring. No, looks like he's given up on that. Maybe I'll go for a walk and come back. I won't get up from the computer seat. Him on the screen, maybe he's me. Maybe he'll go for a walk, and when I'm back, everything will be sorted out. Well, that's something I like to see. Just a bit of courtesy. She's on a jog, but she's slowed down there on the pedestrian crossing. She's said hello, maybe asked me how my day's going, and I've said hello back, and wished her well on her jog. It's just good manners, really, that you don't often see in real life. Green grass, no cars parked on the grass, that'll be why it's so green. No cars parked at all. You can tell it's a computer game, can't you? If this was real life, there'd be cars parked left, right and centre. I just can't fathom it. People have perfectly good garages, but they fill them with junk. Park one car on the driveway and another half on the pavement or grass. Clear out your garages, for goodness sake. If you're keeping gardening tools in there, then get them in a shed. For everything else, there's the loft. Apart from chest freezers, I wouldn't recommend putting those in your loft. What are these strange objects? Are they speakers waiting to be loaded onto a van? Maybe they're recycling bins. That's the other thing about this street. No rubbish. No discarded burger bags. You know the sort. Brown with a red and yellow logo on them. I'm not going to publicise them. Their advertising can be found strewn across the pavements of all town centres, and I'm sorry to say, in the hedges and lay-bys near an increasing number of once picturesque villages. Who eats a burger in a car? Not the sort of person you want to associate yourself with. A car's no place for hot food. I did once eat some homemade sandwiches in my car, and I was very undecided about the acceptability of that. Boiled sweets and mince. That's all you should really be eating in a car, and you certainly shouldn't be throwing the wrappers out of the window. They should be ashamed of themselves, whoever invented the drive-thru. It's not a drive-through, is it? It's a drive-by. You don't drive through the place. Perhaps they trialled that and realised they had to constantly mop the hard floor because of all the dirt coming off the tyres. These days they're laughing all the way to the bank. Whoever goes to these things is having to provide their own seating. And if it's winter, their own heating. They've got to clear up after themselves too at the end, and I think this is when people realise how much of a con the whole thing is, and in a fit of rage they throw the packaging out of the window. The company bosses must know this happens, and really, if they had any decency, they would employ people to do litter picks and pay to rehouse squirrels who live in the worst hit rural hotspots. They don't want discarded French fries, thank you very much. They want nuts. Still no house. Perhaps a librarian will be able to help. I must say it's a bit fancy, this place, isn't it? Very swish. Am I in Buckingham Palace? I can't see a corgi. Can't see any staff either. Probably spent all their money on the fixtures and fittings. Oh dear. Let's see if I can find someone. The good thing about a library is that it's an excellent place to sit and wait. All the entertainment you could ever want on those shelves. Do you remember life before YouTube, YouTube fans? You probably don't, do you? Well, we had these wonderful things called books. You can still find them if your gaze isn't permanently fixed to a screen, which it probably is. Very neat and tidy, this place. Not like Cresselton Community Library. They've stuck a cafe in there now. I say cafe. It's a coffee machine with a couple of round tables near it. I'm not a fan. There's a pub over the road, and they serve coffees. You can borrow the books, you know. Take them with you over the road. You wouldn't want a coffee machine in this place. The stains would be very noticeable in a place this neat and tidy. She's a bit indecisive, isn't she? Spending a long time looking for a book. Well, I don't know if you were watching closely, YouTube fans, but the first book she sat down to read, she gave up on it in about 10 seconds. Where's your willpower? Oh dear, that shows a lack of commitment, doesn't it? That 10 seconds on a book. Flippin' heck. Where did she go? Did you see that? Maybe this is a haunted library. I don't like the idea of that very much. Or maybe that's part of the game. Maybe things just vanish. Maybe the house I was supposed to move into just disappeared. Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Now, I know what this looks like, but this is not the same as when my tenant fell asleep on a bench in the last episode. This actually looks comfortable for a start. It's indoors, and most importantly, it's not as a result of drinking alcohol. It's been a tiring day for me in this game. The circumstances make this acceptable, and the surroundings make it dignified. Maybe it wasn't as comfortable as I thought. I was going to say settee, but it wasn't, because it didn't have a back on it, did it? And I don't think it was a chaise longue, because they have a little bit of a back on it, don't they? I think it's time to... I was going to say it's maybe time to make a phone call, but my phone's actually ringing. I think we can listen into this, actually. Yep, let me press this. Hello?
Hi, Martin.
No.
Jeremy Clarkson here from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
You've got the wrong number, Jeremy.
What did you do at the MOD that was so secret?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Thought I'd trick you into that one early on. Anyway, listen, we got John here. He's doing very well actually, but he's a bit stuck and could do with your help?
Well, I'm not in the best frame of mind, to be honest, but I'll see what I can do.
Just to be clear, you do have someone with you making sure that you're not online.
Unless one of my neighbours comes rushing out to hand over their Wi-Fi password, I can't see me getting online anytime soon.
Okay, you've got 30 seconds and your time starts now.
Hi Martin.
It's Roy Mezzanine.
The diplomat Ferdinand de Lesseps was a key figure in the construction of what? Suez Canal, Eiffel Tower, St Gothard Pass.
What was the first one, John?
Brandenburg Gate.
Suez Canal.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Are you 100%?
Absolutely.
Okay, brilliant. Cheers Martin, I'll get you a drink next weekend. Thanks, bye.
Well, there's a drink I'll never sip. When you're unable to use your own furniture, visit the park. I'm not sure where this food came from, but it looks fresh, and this man seems happy to share it with me. You don't get that in real life. When was the last time someone offered me some food? My tenants don't even do that. And we live in the same house. It's perhaps not something that should be attempted in real life. Sandwiches with a stranger. Get to know them a bit first. I suppose there's the possibility that this sleeveless sandwich supplier has stolen them from somewhere. If that's the case, it doesn't look like it'll be long before I've destroyed the evidence. Seriously though, YouTube fans, don't take what isn't yours. Work hard and sleep tight. I came up with that phrase to combat the appalling work hard, play hard phrase which is often wheeled out by hedonistic half-wits. There's a woman playing chess over there. I approve of the hat, love. That is the perfect scenario for young people to meet. It would be so easy to meet people if there were chessboards all over. All you'd have to do is learn how to play chess. Then you could just sit at a table waiting for someone to take the other seat. Or you could go up to whoever has already taken a seat and ask them if they fancied a game. Much better than speed dating or swiping a photo on your phone like my tenants do. These sandwiches must be tasty. It's one after the other. Back to reality. Well, sort of. We're still playing a computer game. Or at least I am, and you're watching me. Bit of a sad reality, really, but let's not dwell on that. I presume these are the neighbours. They don't look like builders, but maybe that's a bit sexist of me to assume that. I mean, that looks like a woman in a high-visibility jacket. She could be involved in the building trade. There's a bloke there in bright blue trainers. You can see him coming, can't you? The shop assistant certainly did. Stood very tentatively on the edge of the grass. Perhaps he's not too sure if it's private property or not. Neither am I, pal, neither am I. Whoever builds houses in Sims 4, I hope they're a bit quicker than builders in real life. There are some near me that have been working on a house for a good 6 months. I blame the Portaloos. You can't look forward going to work, can you, when you know you've got to use one of those plastic Pong units several times a day. If they weren't so rough and ready, those builders, I'd let them into my house to use the toilet occasionally. Speaking of going into other people's houses, that looks like it might be on the cards here. Okay, it looks like I'm going in. Bit odd that she's just stood there watching me. Yep, I'm going into the house. Okay, that's a bit unconventional. I've not seen that before. Usually, whoever's house it is, they open the door and let you in, don't they? But, oh, look! It's that chap with the bright blue trainers. Oh, dear. Bright blue trainers, eh? Flippin' heck. Oh, she's joining us now. Sit next to your, it could be a boyfriend, husband, brother. I'm not too sure. I'm sure I'll find out during the course of this conversation. I've just noticed everything's on an angle, isn't it, in this house? The table, chairs, TV, settee, diagonal. Never seen that before. Presume it's a kind of American thing. I don't know. Oh, she just got changed into a sports kit. Are you going to play football? Can I join you? I'd quite like to play football in The Sims, see how that works. Okay, but no, I'm just going to sit here and chat to this fella in the bright blue shoes, who still is not offered me a tea or a coffee yet. I was always brought up to offer guests a hot beverage upon entering the house, but he's not done that. I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before you see a cup of tea in Roy's hand. What do we have here? No, this isn't right at all. He's eating a meal at the table. I'm still on the settee. Yes, you should be annoyed. Look at what's going on. That is very rude. I've never seen that in all my days. You go around to somebody's house, you wait ages for a cup of tea, and then they just make themselves a meal. No, not right at all. A bit of cool evening air's what you need when you've reached a boiling point. Who are these people on the corner now? What are they doing at this time of night? The evenings for personal solo reflection, not conversations on street corners. Oh, don't believe this. I don't believe this. My furniture's arrived. Oh, what's he getting out of the fridge? That won't have been plugged in. Let's just hope this is something that doesn't really need refrigerating, like chocolate or crisps. I mean, I would never put that in my fridge, but this is a computer game. It's a bit different. Really, I'm just hoping that is not, food that needs to be refrigerated is eating now, because it's just going to end up in hospital. Oh, this isn't the end of episode that I wanted.